What crime did you suspect her of committing?
We suspected her of violating the judicial order.
Hey, ma'am, you know this is a public building?
Exactly, that's why I'm recording it.
It's also a court facility.
Yep.
Which there is a judicial law or judicial order that says that you cannot tape this building.
Can I see that order?
Yes, come on in. We're going to check your IDs too.
Oh, no, I'm not going in.
All right, who's got cuffs? She does not want to go agreeably.
I'm being detained for just taking pictures of the building.
Yes, ma'am?
Are you familiar with the First Amendment?
Yes. I am.
Really?
Let's go in. Come on.
You've had a chance to review the order since the arrest?
I read it back then, yes.
Okay, and does it say in and around the building?
It does not.
Right. It says in the building, right?
Yes.
Right, because in the building is where the order pertains to, right?
Correct.
In fact, Ms. Berquist could go outside right now and do exactly what she was doing back on the day that you arrested her, and if you saw her doing it, what would you do today?
We probably would not have detained her.
Would not have detained her. So if you would have actually known the law, if you could go back in time to the day that you arrested her, would you still arrest her?
So you're asking me if I can go back in time?
Yeah.
I don't know how I could do that.
Okay, did you understand my question?
I did, and you're asking me to suppose whether or not I can go back in time. I can't.
Is this an attempt to be funny?
Not a bit.
Are you trying to answer my questions?
I'm trying to answer your question.
You really can't figure this out because you can't wrap your head around time travel. Is there anything in Exhibit 2 that gives you the authority to detain people for taking pictures outside of the building?
No.
Okay. So, if I understand your testimony correctly, Exhibit 1 gives you authority to detain people for taking pictures outside. Exhibit 2 does not give you authority to do that, right?
Correct.
Don't they contradict each other in that regard?
Okay. Yes.
They do. Okay. So, if they contradict each other, then which one should we look at? Which one do we listen to? Exhibit 1 or Exhibit 2?
Well,
The question is very simple. Isn't it possible that Exhibit 1 and Exhibit 2 don't contradict each other, and that the explanation for why you think they do is that you don't understand Exhibit 1?
no.
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
Okay, because in your mind, Exhibit 1, Suspicious Activity Reporting, Policy 172, allows you to detain people taking pictures outside if you believe that it's suspicious.
Correct.
Okay. Is there any objective component to that, or is it only subjective?
Subjective.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you another question. Is there any objective component to it, or is it strictly subjective?
Explain the difference.
Okay. Do you know the difference between objective and subjective?
I'd like to hear what you're asking me.
Do you know the difference between objective and subjective?
Yes.
Okay, what is the difference in your own words?
One is concrete and one is...
Is this nigga serious?
I can't think of another word for it.
Which one is concrete, objective or
Subjective.
subjective? Okay, so objective is concrete. All right. Subjective is how you personally feel about something, right? Your own perception, right?
Correct.
Not based on any objective evidence, but based on your own subjective opinions and beliefs of what's happening, right?
Okay.
Okay, so you're a lieutenant, right?
Yes.
How many ranks are there above lieutenant in Cook County?
That's it. It's the last merit rank.
So you're the highest.
Yes.
So as a lieutenant, I imagine you only became a lieutenant recently?
No.
How long ago did you become a lieutenant?
22 years ago.
Are you familiar with the Fourth Amendment, by the way?
Vaguely.
What does it say in your own vague terms?
No illegal search and seizure.
Right. Unless there's
Probable cause.
or...
Okay. That's about all I know.
Okay, all right, good enough. What lawful basis was there for you to ask for her ID?
I don't know.
Oh, hell no!
What lawful basis was there for you to demand her ID?
I don't know.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What lawful basis was there for you to put her in handcuffs in response to her not giving you her ID?
I don't know.
Damn.
What lawful basis was there for you to put her in handcuffs?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
You don't remember Ms. Berquist asking you if you're familiar with the Fourth Amendment?
I don't recall.
All right. If I tell you that your answer was oh great, why do we always get the crazies? Would you dispute that?
No.
Does that sound like something you would say to somebody?
That's something I did say that day, yes.
So you remember saying that?
Yes.
Okay. Why is it that you felt she was one of the crazies?
When people act in a way that is not in their best interest.
How is she acting that was not in her best interest?
Well, at any time, all she had to do was identify herself. We could have done our report and everything could have gone the own.
Is that what you expected her to do, to comply?
Yes.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Would you agree with me that the only time you get to arrest somebody is if you have probable cause that they committed a crime?
Yes.
Did you arrest her?
We detained her.
Did you hear my question?
I did.
Did you arrest her? It's a yes or no.
No.
What's the difference between arrest and detain?
I don't know.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
So even though you don't know the difference between detain and arrest, your testimony here today is that you detained her but did not arrest her?
Yes.
Is there any training required to become a lieutenant in Cook County? So yes or no?
Yes.
As a lieutenant, you're a supervisor to other people, right?
Yes.
Okay, because you work in the Cook County Sheriff's Office, right?
Yes.
And that's a paramilitary organization, is it
Yes.
not? How many people answer to you in this entire county?
Just this facility.
Let's say just this facility, sure.
55.
Okay, so 55 people answer to you. What would you do if one of those people said to you, what's the difference between arrest and detain? What would your answer be?
We'd call legal.
Mr. Gorman, seated to your left?
No. Sheriff has their own legal.
Oh, okay. Their own legal who helps them understand things like the difference between arrest and detain?
Yes.
Gotcha. Was there a lawful basis to handcuff her?
Yes.
Okay, and what was that lawful basis?
Officer safety.
Is there a law that requires people to identify themselves when requested by law enforcement?
I don't know.
Okay. You've never read anybody their Miranda rights?
No.
Have you ever arrested anybody?
No.
Other than Ms. Berquist?
No.
She's the only person you've ever arrested?
Yes. And that was a detainment.
Right, and again, just so we're very clear about this, you're making that distinction, but you don't know the difference between the two.
Correct.
Is this nigga serious?